guys, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry. Oh, I don't understand. I don't understand. Oh, it happened again. It happened again, bro. I was almost done recording this video, and it deleted. Okay, on to the story. Chapter 7, Dream. The blonde puts on the white smiley face mask over his own face, hiding the freckles that were across his cheeks and the bridge of his nose, along with all of his other features, besides his bright green eyes, of course, which were still visible through the small holes for his eyes. The dangerous male walks out of the cold stone basement in which George was unconscious in, turning to the door and locking George in casually, as if there was nothing even slightly unusual going on. I'm reading this fast because I low-key am so mad about this deleting right when I was almost done. Oh my gosh. After a moment, the sound of sneakers hitting the soft grass echoes into the silence, the crunch sound of causing a context sigh to leave Dream's lips as he walks past the forest spruce and oak trees. The sound of an old piano echoes in his mind as he pictures the sound of a tune quietly humming to himself in the content manner. The male had a sword in his hand, prepared for just about anything that may come in his way. Not paranoid, only prepared. The male walked for a good amount of time, and soon enough he was standing by the famous bench, looking out onto the land he was once welcome in. Oh, how far he's come from that time. He'd be lying if he didn't say he missed having close friends, or more so allies and pawns. But either way, that was all over now. That was in the past, and just like the winds, things like that come and go. Dream sighed quietly, lifting his head, soon turning and sneakily walking out onto the land. No one saw him as he passed by Philza, then Carl. I'm going to apologize for this name because my friend Dakota hasn't explained to me what it was yet. He just now got me into the fandom for realsies. And then Honk. They never even saw him. Dream continues to quietly sneak around as he soon heads over to the Fundy's house without being seen, or so he thought. The blonde was smart, but that didn't mean he was all-knowing. As Dream walks into Fundy's house, a pair of eyes squint as a male moves his dark hair away from the scar across his eye and face. He's here, Alex mumbled to himself, turning and walking away. But why? Alex didn't know, but he was going to find out. The Hispanic male makes his way to the corner of the house, his knees bent and fixed in suspenders, holding an axe and aiming it downward. Alex then hears the sound of Funny gasping. What are you doing here? The Fox hybrid asks, a hint of fear in his shaky voice. I actually know who Alex is. I saw one of his videos. Well, I mean, or not Alex. Fucking wrong person. Fundy. I think I saw one of Fundy's videos. I'm not sure. Dream aims the sword at Fundy, walking closer. I have a proposal for you, he says in a low and stern tone that could bring chills to any kid or even adult's spine. Fundy backs away until he falls back against the cold wall of his own home. Stay back. I don't want to make any deals with the devil. The fox quickly leans over, throwing a vase at Dream's direction, causing Dream to step to the side unemotionally. Fundy missed. The loud shatter sound causes the fox to cover his ears before noticing someone he used to be so close with speak once again. I'm not leaving until you hear my offer, he purrs in a playful and dangerous tone. What? What is it then? The fox looks up at the prisoner in fear. The blonde grins, letting a moment of silence take over before speaking once again. You join me, leave everything here behind, and I will grant you with the life you've always wished to have. What? You want me to leave? No, I want you to join me, Clay speaks in a monotone manner, leaning down and holding his hand out to Fundy. The flocks, yes, a flock of birds. The fox glared at Dream's fingerless black leather gloves, and then up at the bright green eyes that seemed as if they were glowing through the mask due to the sunlight hitting his face. "What do you say?" There was a long moment of silence, the blonde's hand twitching slightly while he held his hand out. I'm not okay right now. Alex squinted his eyes. "No," he and Fundy said at the exact time. Alex had said the word more in shock, as if to say, "No way." Dream closed his hand, looking down at Fundy and aiming the sword at him once again. "I think you misunderstood me," Dream says sternly. "That was a demand." The taller male puts his sword out, lifting his arm, fucking dumbass, and pointing the very end of the sword at the bottom of Fundy's chin before lifting it a bit, forcing the boy to make eye contact with him. I'm not gonna lie, if somebody made this into an animation, I would watch it. "If you decline, I will drag you with me by your fucking tail. And when we get there," he cuts himself off, moving his free hand, moving his finger to his chin. "How much do people pay for foxtails again?" he asks with a dark grin. The fox's face goes white as he looks at the dangerous and powerful man in front of him. Unfortunately, Dream would do such a thing with no sympathy, come no limits. He could tie the fox down on the road and leave him for roadkill, while still having a smile plastered onto his face. He'd drag Fundy down the rabbit hole of his insanity if he had to, because when Dream wanted something, he damn well got it. That was when Alex turned his head, noticing Nikki in the distance. She seemed to be heading over to Fundy's front door. The Hispanic male turned his head, huffing a bit. He was looking for an escape, and once he found it, he watched his feet running fast, yet quickly away from the part of the lands. The sound of running grass caused his Dream's head to turn before noticing the girl walking over. "Stupid girl. I might as well kill her as a warning," Dream thinks to himself, but it's too risky. Fundy's house had a lot of ways to exit, and he couldn't allow one of them to run off and open a big mouth. Dream turned to Fundy, wanting to rip his throat out so he couldn't speak. Mother fricker. Well, guys, we're watching an ad now. 12 seconds. That's bullshit. Hang on. Okay, we're good. Where were we? I was fucking in it too. Oh my gosh. And he couldn't allow one of them to run off and open their big mouth. Dream turned to Fundy, waiting to rip out his throat so he couldn't speak, but Nikki was too close for anything like that to happen. Dream quietly jumps into Fundy's trapdoor, digging himself out of the house. There was a small minute of quiet in the house, and Fundy was a little bit shaken up as Nikki walked in with a smile. "Hey, Fundy," she says happily, her smile fading once he saw the broken glass on the floor. The vase was familiar. She had the one who had gotten it for Fundy. "Fundy, what's wrong?" she asked in a half-scared, half-concerned tone. There was a moment of silence before he spoke in a shaky tone. "Dream." Nice! Okay. Now it's time to read the comments. Because I'm not okay. Ah, frick. I'm so confused if it was Fundy or Quackity. Fundy was the one being threatened by Dream while Quackity was sneaking around Fundy's house. Oh! Yep. Oh, thanks, you guys. No problem. "Don't you dare touch Nikki, you asshole." Quackity sneaky. Animal abuse. Yo. I was about to throw hands at this motherfucker hurt Nikki. See, I don't even know who that is, bro. Anyway, if you guys were wondering, video. But yeah. That's it for this episode. If I sound a little bit off, I don't know, school. It's graduation coming up soon. And I still gotta figure out my life. Yeah. Okay, bye. Oh, that didn't work.